Why did the Maya abandon their grand cities, leaving pyramids to be swallowed by the jungle? And why did this happen across an entire civilization, not just one struggling city-state? These questions have puzzled historians for centuries. We often hear tales of a complete societal collapse, a sudden vanishing act that left magnificent urban centers empty. But what if that narrative is too simple, a dramatic overstatement of a much more nuanced reality? What if the collapse wasn't truly a collapse, but something far more complex and enduring? In the next few minutes, you'll understand why modern scholars are rethinking everything we thought we knew about the end of the Maya. The phrase, classic Maya collapse, immediately conjures images of a sudden, catastrophic end, right? It sounds like an entire civilization just ceased to exist overnight, or at least within a very short span. Traditionally, this concept described the destabilization of classic Maya civilization and the violent collapse of many southern lowlands city-states. This occurred specifically between the 7th and 9th centuries CE. Imagine bustling cities, centers of culture and power, suddenly falling silent. For a long time, this was the prevailing understanding. However, modern scholars are increasingly describing this period not as a true collapse, but as a rupture or transformation. They argue that the term collapse is perhaps too dramatic, overshadowing the complex reality of what truly transpired. It's a shift from viewing it as an ending to seeing it as a profound period of change. We are talking about the end of a particular political and social structure, not the end of a people or their culture. For example, think about the fall of the Roman Empire. It wasn't a snap, but a centuries-long process of change. When we talk about the collapse, we are largely referring to a specific geographical area, the southern lowlands. This region was the epicenter of the most dramatic changes. Here, many city-states faced severe instability and eventual abandonment. Think of Tikal, one of the largest and most powerful classic Maya cities. Its grandeur eventually faded during this period, leaving behind magnificent, yet empty, ceremonial centers. This wasn't a phenomenon that swept across all Maya lands uniformly. It was geographically specific, hitting the southern lowlands with particular force. Imagine a powerful earthquake affecting only one major region, leaving others relatively untouched. The widespread abandonment of cities in this area led to overgrown temples and silent plazas, fueling the popular image of a vanished civilization. However, this specificity is a key detail often overlooked. It implies local pressures, perhaps environmental or political, that were more acute in this particular zone. It's like saying New York City collapsed when only certain neighborhoods experienced severe decline. But that's not even the best part. The most interesting aspects of this transformation are still ahead. This localized crisis is just one piece of the puzzle, and understanding it brings us closer to the real story. It's crucial to understand what actually vanished during this period. It wasn't the Maya people themselves, but rather the political and social structures of many city-states. Imagine a government dissolving and its capital city becoming uninhabitable or undesirable. The citizens don't cease to exist. They simply relocate, adapt, or reorganize. This is precisely what happened with many Maya populations. People moved from the large urban centers into smaller settlements or to other regions entirely. For example, while monumental construction ceased in many southern cities, new forms of political organization emerged elsewhere. This shift meant the end of a specific way of life, characterized by grand ceremonies, elaborate architecture, and centralized power structures. It was a destabilization that led to the abandonment of cities, not a mass extinction event. The agricultural practices and rich cultural traditions continued, albeit in altered forms and locations. The Maya civilization didn't disappear. Its manifestation changed profoundly. Think of it like a company going bankrupt. Its employees find new jobs, but the workforce doesn't vanish entirely. It's a reorientation, not an eradication. This transformation highlights the resilience and adaptability of human societies, even in the face of immense pressure. Another common misconception about the collapse is that it was a sudden, abrupt event. In reality, the destabilization and abandonment occurred over a significant period. We are talking about a time frame stretching from the 7th to the 9th centuries, c. a process that unfolded over 200 years. This wasn't a single catastrophic day, but a slow burn, a gradual decline and shift. Imagine a slow-motion unraveling, not an instantaneous snap. City-states experienced varying degrees of decline at different times, rather than a synchronized shutdown. Some cities might have struggled for decades before being abandoned, while others maintained their populations longer. This extended timeline suggests a combination of interconnected factors at play, such as environmental changes, prolonged droughts, warfare, or internal political strife, slowly eroding the foundations of their society. It's more like a prolonged economic recession than a stock market crash. The implications of this long timeline are profound. It suggests a series of cumulative pressures, rather than one overwhelming disaster. This extended period of change truly emphasizes resilience. But wait, there's even more to uncover about how they endured. This slow transformation reveals the incredible adaptability of the Maya, and how many of them not only survived, but thrived elsewhere. Perhaps the most crucial detail to grasp is that the collapse wasn't universal across all Maya regions. A number of Maya cities, particularly in the northern lowlands and highland areas, survived and even continued to thrive. While the southern lowlands saw a decline, cities like Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula actually rose to prominence during and after this period of southern instability. This demonstrates that the collapse was not a universal ending for all Maya civilization. It was a regional phenomenon, leading to a geographical shift in power and population. The Maya people didn't vanish. They adapted, migrated, and reorganized their societies in new locations. It's similar to how after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantium continued to flourish for centuries. This resilience is a powerful counter-narrative to the idea of a complete civilization collapse. The legacy of the Maya continued, evolving into different forms and expressions. They navigated a period of profound change, demonstrating remarkable cultural continuity and ingenuity. The narrative of complete disappearance simply ignores the vibrant civilizations that persisted and emerged elsewhere. So, the classic Maya collapse is less a definitive end and more a complex chapter of transformation. It was a regional destabilization, primarily affecting city-states in the southern lowlands, over a period of 2 centuries. What vanished were specific political structures and urban centers, not the entire Maya population or their culture. Many Maya cities survived and even flourished elsewhere, adapting to new realities. Modern scholars prefer terms like rupture or transformation because they better reflect this nuanced reality of change and resilience. It's a powerful reminder that history is rarely as simple as rise and fall, but often a story of adaptation, migration, and the enduring human spirit. The Maya didn't disappear. They evolved, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire awe and curiosity. Their story is a testament to the fact that even profound change doesn't always mean complete annihilation, but rather a reshaping of what came before.